Hi, welcome to Hurricane Homestead. So if you're like us, you're always looking for ways to expel some of the crazy, limitless energy that your kids have. A backyard pool is a great way to do it. We recently got a Coleman 22 foot by 52 inch power steel above ground pool and installed it right here in our backyard. If you'd like to watch the video where we prepare the site and install the pool, I'll go ahead and put links in the description below. But today, I'd like to tell you what I like about the pool, what I don't like about the pool, and some of the things that I would do differently if given the chance to do it all over again. First of all, this is not our first pool. We did have another pool very similar to this one a couple years back. Sadly, a tree fell on it and then it got blown away when we were trying to do the repairs necessary. So we had previously leveled the area for that one. So what is it that I like about this pool? Well, first of all, the size is great. It's plenty big enough for a family of 5 to enjoy comfortably, and we can even invite some friends over if we want to. My wife and I were able to install it easily ourselves, and we didn't have to call in for any reinforcements any larger, and I think that it would have been a little less manageable to be able to install by ourselves. Another thing that I really like about it, surprisingly, is the way that it looks. Our previous pool was a steely gray color, and it really stuck out like a sore thumb, but this pool, having that brown basket weave look, actually blends in quite nicely with the surroundings. Another thing that I liked was that the installation was fairly straightforward. It was easy to understand what pieces went where, although the instructions were kind of useless and we only referred to them once. But the simplicity is that the small poles fit through the small sleeves on the liner and connect to the T-posts that allow the longer poles to act as a vertical support. So what did I not like about the pool? Well, first of all, the packaging left something to be desired. We had multiple bent or dented pieces that we had to reshape in order to fit everything together nicely. I also don't like the portholes on the side, the little windows. I've actually had a lot of people telling me that they've had failures and leakages out of those after the first couple of weeks. And it made it really difficult to line it up and figure out where we wanted those things pointing. The last thing that I didn't like were the pegs that you had to slide into the small holes on the upper post to connect them to the T-posts. You had to get it lined up just right and then push them all the way through and put a small grommet on the end. That was the one thing that took the most time in the installation. Now the vertical posts had a spring-loaded pin that you would just push in, slide into place, and it would click right in. If all of the posts had that, I think it would have gone a lot faster and been a whole lot easier to install. What would I have done differently if I had the opportunity to do it all over again? Well, for one, there's a lot of discussion about the filter and pump for this pool not being adequate or big enough. In my experience though, with the same size pool and the same size pump in the past, it was plenty big enough for the amount that we used it, and it was easy enough to replace the filter when we needed to. And since we have plenty of filters left over from the old pool, we figured we would just go with this pump as it stands. But maybe if we find that it's lacking this go around, we may have to look into getting either a bigger pump or possibly a sand filter in the future. When we installed the pool, we tried to make sure that we had a very nice level area. We had leveled it out before, and we leveled it out even more with this new pool. Then we put down a layer of sand, and that just acts as a cushion, because what we found that it was really rough when you're walking on just bare ground. Small rocks and even small imperfections in the ground really made it uncomfortable on your feet. But the one thing that I would do differently is I would take extra care and make sure that the pool is completely round before we start putting any water in it. Ours is probably about an inch out of round, an inch to 2 inches out of round, honestly, and it made putting the pool cover on extremely difficult. And the last thing that I would have done is rotate the pool just a little bit so that the pool pump was kind of more out of the way, but we were trying to figure out where the portholes were going to be and what they were going to be looking at instead of, when we're outside of the pool, what we were going to be looking at. So those are some things that you can think about when you're installing your pool, is the orientation of it, where it's going to sit, where your pump's going to sit, where you have access to power, and things like that. So in all, I do feel like it was a good buy. The first pool that we got, that was the same size, was about twice the cost. And we got this one at our local Walmart for right around $600. That does not include all the additional things that you're going to need that come with it. It only includes the pump, a filter, the ladder, and the pool itself. Because you're going to have to buy the sand, you're going to have to buy the chemicals, the pool cleaner, you're going to have to buy some kind of skimmer, some kind of pool net, you're going to have to probably buy some kind of vacuum so that you can clean the bottom of the pool. There's a lot of investment that goes into a pool. And even though this pool is only about $600, you're probably going to be looking at spending upwards of about $1,000 to get all the parts, pieces, and things that you need to have an enjoyable experience with your new pool. So if given the chance, would I buy this pool again? Yes, absolutely. I think it's a great investment for our family. It's a great opportunity for the kids to get outside, enjoy some sunshine, get some exercise, and when there's not a lot to do in the community, it's a great way to have 1 or 2 friends over where they can have a really good time and be in a safe and healthy environment. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention. It comes with one gate valve that you're supposed to put on the output side of the pool that you can turn off when you're ready to change the filter. Now the input side of the pool, the 2 B hoses, come with these little stoppers. I was not able to effectively get the stoppers to stay in place to replace the filter. So what I ended up doing is installing a second gate valve on the B side of the pump so that I could easily turn the water off and prevent the pump from filling up with water when I go to replace the filter. So I know that those gate valves sell on Amazon for about 25 bucks. I think that that would be a really good investment to look into so that you're not faced with a bunch of hassle and struggles every time you go to change out the filter on your pump. Well, I hope this helps you make the best decision for your home and family. I hope you can get many, many enjoyable hours out in the sunshine this summer in your new pool if you decide that this is the way you want to go. God bless. We'll see you on the next video.